Hello and welcome to Some Dude Shed. It's Newsday.
A bong bong.
And in the news this week,
old manuscripts which reveal bizarre medieval medical cures being shared by Cambridge University.
teenage girl injects herself with boyfriend's HIV-positive blood to prove her love.
Unconscious man miraculously drives down motorway for another 15 miles. He didn't drive though, did he? He was unconscious.
And that's the news. All right, so let's hear about this ancient medicine.
Okay, well,
How ancient are we talking?
14th to 15th century.
So this is when weird medicine was about.
Yeah, that's when medicine kind of went a big step
That's
backwards.
when medicine was exciting.
Bit of bloodletting,
You didn't know what was going to happen.
bit of bloodletting, bit of leeches, bit of warmed up metal.
Yeah.
Treatments for battle wounds are among the remedies described. But Cambridge researchers say many target a familiar set of ailments such as headaches, toothaches, diarrhea, coughs, and aching limbs.
Sorry, I was just thinking, did they used to bloodlet your head if you had a headache?
Probably.
Bloodlet your head.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. It depends on how bad the headache was.
Like drill into your skull and
I think that was more of an ancient thing. I don't think they did that in medieval times.
One of the best torture things they had is where they had the wooden thing with the screw on the side, and they used to turn it to crush your head slowly.
Oh, lovely.
Do you ever see that movie Apostle? Oh, there's a good scene in that with a head and a drill and a wooden block.
There's an even better scene with a head and a drill in that thing with Steve Carell and Jim Carrey and Steve Buscemi, where he's an old magician and
Oh, Burt Wonderstone.
Burt Wonderstone, yes. There's an even better bit with the drills than that at the end.
I remember that, yeah.
I have seen that. I'm trying to remember what that was, though. Oh, yes, I remember
Crazy
now.
one.
Yeah, I remember now. Okay.
Right, let's go. Baking a salted oil and grinding it into powder to treat gout.
Whoa, hold on, what? Baking a salted oil?
And grinding it into powder to treat gout is one of them.
That sounds like it would make gout worse.
Baking a salted oil?
And grinding it into powder to treat gout.
Oh,
This is not medical advice, by the way. This is just what I'm reading off this article.
Oh, this is the first one. Today's great.
Is one of the bizarre suggestions found amongst thousands of medieval medical remedies. Stuffing a poppy with snails and sage, roasting it over a fire, and using the fat to make a salve. Someone suffering from cataracts 100 years ago would be advised to mix the gallbladder of a hare with some honey and use a feather to apply it to their eye.
There you go. That's me sorted.
The treatments are among 8,000 medical recipes contained in 180 medieval manuscripts, mostly dating to the 14th and 15th centuries. They are being digitised by the Cambridge University Library. However, some date back even earlier, with one being 1,000 years old.
Are the NHS going to bring these back to save money?
I don't know. Owls are pretty expensive.
I suppose.
They also give an insight into the violence of medieval life, with the advice on how to discover if a skull had been fractured after a weapon injury, as well as how to set broken bones and stop bleeding. Some contain detailed illustrations and show doctors used a bewildering array of ingredients, animal, vegetables, and mineral, said project leader Dr. James Freeman. For all the complexities, medieval medical recipes are very relatable to modern readers, he said. Many address ailments that we still struggle with today: headaches, toothaches, diarrhea, coughs, aching limbs. They show medieval people trying to manage their health with the knowledge that was available to them at the time, just as we do. Dr. Freeman, they are also reminders of pain and precarity.
Precarity? Somebody has with the Thoris? The Thoris?
Of medieval life before antibiotics before antiseptics, before pain relief as we know them today. Texts came from a dozen Cambridge colleges. The Fitzwilliam Museum and the University Library are being preserved as part of a £500,000 Curious Cures project. Full transcript of remedies and high-res images will be made freely available in the Cambridge Digital Library.
I'm surprised they're not looking to burn them. It's like this is embarrassing.
Cataloguers are to work through the text for the next 2 years.
Should be entertaining for them. There you go. Well, so people look back on that now and be like, ridiculous.
Probably people from further back in time would look forwards on that and think, ridiculous. Right. To India. A teenage girl has injected herself with her boyfriend's HIV-positive blood. The youngster who met her boyfriend through Facebook is now understood to be under the watch of doctors after carrying out the horrifying act to show her commitment.
They're a very passionate bunch over there, aren't they?
Well, she certainly is.
Yeah.
Why is she under the watch of doctors? It's pretty obvious what's going to happen.
Well, that's true. I suppose maybe they don't. I mean, this article doesn't say she definitely has HIV yet, but she probably does. Let's be honest.
But that's like saying, all of the birthday cake has eaten yet.
But there's a lot of hungry people around, and there's only a few slices left. So a teenager has injected herself with her boyfriend's HIV blood to prove that her love is real. She's from Assam in northeast India. She took the horrifying risk as the ultimate act of commitment.
Well, she's committed now. Like, there's no choice in the matter.
I don't really know what having HIV has to do with love. It's like, now I've got your disease.
Well, it's got everything to do with it. You have to fuck somebody to get it.
Well, not her. She didn't.
No, not really.
Kalinga TV reports that the pair met through Facebook and have been together for around 3.5 years prior to the injection.
They probably had sex already then, so she's probably already long had it.
Well, I don't know. It is India. India's a little bit more conservative. Well, some bits are anyway.
Sort of, but yeah, not they usually get married very quickly over there too. Like they don't usually wait for like 5 years and then get married. It's pretty quick over there.
I thought it's because most of their marriages are arranged.
Yeah, that too. And like the entire family from both sides are involved, and they're usually rushing to get them married or even get married.
Funny you should mention their family.
They not also actually spend a fortune on their weddings.
They're very
They
extravagant.
do. Their weddings are massive. I think whenever I've seen an Indian wedding, they're like there's hundreds of people there. They get all the family and their extended family and their extended family all along to the wedding. There's like 500 people there.
And I think they all chip in, so it's like it's going to be a big wedding anyway.
So they must go to at least like 10 weddings a year then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you probably do go to quite a lot of weddings, yeah, if you have that many people. But anyway, the 15-year-old's family are understood to have taken legal action against the boyfriend after finding out about the injection.
Well, if she took it off him while he was sleeping and then give it to her herself, then
Cartman style.
yeah. Except literal suicide.
So from the town of Hajo, he's now been detained by the police, while the girl is understood to be under the watch of doctors. The pair had tried to run away together on multiple occasions in the past, but she was brought home each time. From the village of Suwal Kushi, the girl's parents had tracked them down to bring their daughter home. The girl is said to have known the risk she was taking when she used the syringe to inject herself.
Somehow I don't think she did.
Yeah, somehow I don't think she quite comprehended it. No.
Although there's no information yet on whether or not the male or the boyfriend was aware of what her intentions were. I mean, it's not like you can just steal someone's blood without them noticing.
Yeah.
It's kind of. It's not like.
Ask questions. Can I borrow your blood? What for? For stuff?
Just
Reasons.
stuff. Well, the end of this article talks a little bit about AIDS. So according to the UN, around 38.4 million people are living with AIDS around the world. 1.5 million people have contracted it in 2021, while around 650,000 people died from AIDS-related illnesses. So basically, this crazy teenage girl is head over heels in love and has injected herself with her boyfriend's infected blood. It's stupid, but I guess we hope she's going to be okay.
Well,
not confirmed if she has HIV yet, but she probably does. But I hope she's going to be
if
all
you've
right.
literally injected yourself with blood, I'm not a doctor, I don't know, but
Anyway, moving on. AIDS is far too depressing. Let's talk about a guy who was driving his car without watching the road.
What's that? Everyone's like, he miraculously drives down the motorway for 15. He didn't drive. He didn't do anything. He was laying slumped in the car seat or like forward or whatever. Unconscious man drove his car for 15 miles while slumped behind the steering wheel, with the vehicle's cruise control and lane assist keeping him on the road. 15 miles doesn't sound a lot, but it kind of is.
Basically, the modern car saved this man's life, and probably a lot of other people's lives.
Well, it's a Renault, so I'm amazed he's still alive after that. But motorists on the E314 heading towards, it's Belgium. Why is he driving a Renault in Belgium?
They sell them there.
Why wouldn't you be driving a Renault in Belgium?
Yeah. The country it's made in is just below you.
I'm just like, when in Rome, you don't go to Domino's, do you?
But Belgium's not.
Belgium doesn't make cars.
Yeah.
But they're close to...
Renault's French? What are you on about?
No, I mean, why would you drive a Renault in Belgium?
Why wouldn't you?
Not like, I don't know.
Well, they're not going to drive anything German, are they?
Maybe. It's not closer.
Well, that might violate their neutrality. I don't know.
Anyway,
Motorists noticed the driver flopped over the wheel 9 a.m. on Sunday, 14th of August. Was that a crazy Saturday night? The emergency services were alerted, and the police were eventually. See, here's other motorists on their phone. There's a guy at the wheel. Emergency services were alerted, and the police were eventually able to bring the Renault Clio to a stop. It's a Clio. A Clio saved his life. 41-year-old driver was passed out and quickly taken to hospital, where alcohol and drug tests were carried out. The results of the test are still unknown, and the man is thought to have travelled for at least 25 kilometres unconscious after starting his journey in Genk. After approaching the Renault, the police quickly noticed the driver was unconscious, attempted to slow the vehicle down by pulling up in front of it. It's thought the car scraped a safety barrier near somewhere, bringing it to a stop. Witnesses said the vehicle had been drifting from left to right in the lane while travelling at a steady speed. The car's lane assist and cruise control were likely engaged, with the former making sure the car returned to the middle of the lane every time it began to meander off course. He veered off the road into a shrubbery.
Shrubbery?
A shrubbery. Back in November, a man... He was looking for a shrubbery. Back in November, a man was captured on camera sacrificing his own car in order to save the life of a person who had fallen unconscious at the wheel of their vehicle. Why you just chuck that in there? That's got nothing to do with this. Just completely bringing up another... Yeah, they just went on to another tangent about a completely different car scenario. So, yeah, there you go. Cruise control and lane assist saved a Belgian man's life.
Modern driver's convenience.
Like, that's a
Saving lives.
27-minute drive he was unconscious for, and,
He was fine.
he was fine,
It
yeah.
just goes to show that cars are pretty much good at driving themselves, at least in easy situations like the motorway.
Just a thing.
What they should do is if it detects that you've fallen unconscious, it should either, do the
Honk.
Formula 1 warm up the wheel thing, like side to side, or it should
Shake
just-
you awake.
Yeah, shake you awake and hit the brakes hard. Ugh, wake up. Or just drive you straight to the hospital. Opens the door, beep, beep. This man is dead or something.
That'd be something, taken to a hospital by your own car.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Teslas couldn't do that already. Or it must be a way you can program it. If your pacemaker stops working or something, it just drives to the hospital. Get it rebooted.
Have you ever driven a car with lane assist?
I've been in one with lane assist and it was scary. I think it's just took the hands off the wheel, feet off the pedals, and just sort of crossed their arms like that, and the car just kept going, and going and going and going.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, the whole time I was just sitting there, just bracing, ready for. Because the thing is too, you don't know if it's going to make they can't make a violent maneuver, can they? They can't.
I don't think so.
If it thinks shit, I'm veering off too quickly, it's
Unless
not going to.
unless the lines go all weird on the road.
Yeah. Can you imagine if the lines just went off to the left or something, and
Yeah.
it's just like a cartoonish,
Yeah, you just move the lines
and just off a cliff.
But then, sure, you see roads over here, where the workmen have clearly made a mistake and had to go over the old lines. So it's there's two sets of lines on the road, and it's well, what one's the car going to follow?
I've had the misfortune of actually trying to drive one of those on a country road. It's fine on the motorway. It makes life nice and easy. But when you've got lane assist on
Drive
a
what?
country road and you're trying to avoid tractors and stuff,
What'd you drive?
it was a Golf. It was a VW Golf.
All right.
Very new one, from 2 years ago.
Nice.
But it had lane assist, and when you're trying to avoid tractors and stuff on the country roads, you're trying to avoid a cone that's over there. You try to go over the lane a bit to avoid it, and the car fights you and tries to go back in again.
Yeah.
That to me just seems very unsafe. I didn't like it very much.
I think most people just turn it off. Most people do just turn it off.
It's like cars that can park themselves. It's a nice feature to have to show off once. No, you just never use it
But
again.
you know it's going to go wrong if you.
No, you just
keep
never
using
use it again.
Well, it's
Yeah.
because most cars have those rear facing cameras when you reverse now, don't you? Most modern ones. So you just look at the camera and
Yeah.
just do it yourself. It's easy as pie.
Well, they have that
Unless you're a
rear-facing
woman.
camera, and then you have your parking sensors, and then you have even in the camera, you've got your wee depth of field sensor that fucking tells you how close you are.
Yeah.
I got the beepers on my daily driver, and makes things very easy. You stop looking behind you whenever you're reversing.
Yeah. That's bad though.
It is very bad.
Something that-
All these gadgets turn us very lazy.
Yeah. With dragging out that segment. Till next time.
Drive safe.
Bye.
Bye.